Heathrow schedule from the winter by around 2 departures per day. It comes as Ryanair said it was adding seats to its Belfast-London route at the expense of Dublin. Eoghan Corry, editor of Air and Travel magazine, is on the line. What's behind that Aer Lingus move, Eoghan?
Yeah, it's probably not as dramatic as it sounds at first, Brian. These are two flights in the middle of the day that we had for last winter, which will not be taking place this winter. The EI 162 at 11:15, the EI 176 at 17 o'clock. They haven't been named yet, but they're the likely ones to be cut. It means that Aer Lingus will have a slightly smaller schedule, but it's going from around 11 down to around 9 flights a day. Difficult route to make money, and it really comes back down to that.
And I think COVID was blamed partly for this. Was the pilot strike at fault? Is the passenger cap at fault?
Passenger cap is certainly a huge issue because both Ryanair and Aer Lingus are looking for hundreds of thousands of extra seats, particularly to meet that very dramatic spike at Christmas. They will not be getting those seats. Ryanair have moved 50,000 of those seats to Belfast, but there is warning that prices, particularly for those who don't book early, will spike. And the slots were originally Belfast Harbour, Belfast City Airport slots that were used for Heathrow due to the complications of Brexit. They got moved to Dublin, but there's no doubt that Heathrow, there's demand issues post-Brexit, post-pandemic, as you say, but it's also a very difficult airport to make money, Brian, when the passenger charges are nearly €30. It's one of the most expensive in the world.
Aer Lingus, they are getting additional planes from parent IAG. Are they likely to be deployed on perhaps more profitable routes to North America or elsewhere?
The new aircraft are the key to this. Very big news at the weekend when one of them emerged in Hamburg, which had been painted in Iberia colours, has been painted in Aer Lingus colours. Great to see the green paint going on. It means that the 4 aircraft, the trendy new A321 XLR, long range, they can go beyond Chicago, single aisle, much lower cost to run. And that means that the 4 that were promised, 6 in all, but 4 coming next year to Aer Lingus, are back in track. They have been put in doubt by the pilots' dispute, and it means that Aer Lingus are back looking at transatlantic destinations such as Nashville, such as Raleigh-Durham and Pittsburgh that they were negotiating with are likely to appear on the schedule for next summer. And of course, they have a direct flight to Las Vegas, which was a big surprise, which is launching during the winter. What's going on really is Aer Lingus are looking at those new aircraft, where they're going to make money, where they can pay back the considerable cost of them. And Heathrow running that number of schedules to Heathrow doesn't really fit into that pattern at the moment.
Now, you mentioned Ryanair's decision to grow capacity out of Belfast, but when it comes to Dublin, Michael O'Leary has been warning about fares of up to €1,000 for a return trip to London because of the passenger cap. Is that credible or likely, given that Ryanair fares were actually lower in their most recent results?
Ryanair fares, the average fare is coming in at around €50. And when you look at the forward bookings for London, for the 2 airports that Ryanair serve, Gatwick and Stansted, they're just spiking about 20-30% higher than they would for this time of the year. We're a long way off €1,000, but as always with Michael O'Leary, not known for understating things, he's talking about the person who rocks up on Christmas Eve and tries to buy their flight.
Eoghan Corry, thank you very much. Indeed, more business news in the next hour.